As I stepped into the grand lobby of the Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation. I had booked a room for the night, hoping to relax and unwind after a long flight. But little did I know, my stay would be a never-ending nightmare. As I approached the front desk, I was greeted by a long line of frustrated guests, all waiting to check in. I couldn't help but notice the rude and demeaning attitude of the front desk staff, particularly Roberto Cortez. They seemed more interested in upselling rooms than in helping their customers. I felt like I was being scammed, and my instincts were screaming at me to turn around and leave. But I had already prepaid for my room, so I reluctantly waited in line. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, it was my turn to check in. I was told that they didn't have the room I had booked, and that I would have to settle for a different option. I felt swindled, like they were trying to pull a fast one on me. I looked at my paperwork, and sure enough, the room number was different from the one I had been assigned. It was like they were intentionally switching rooms, just to make a quick buck. I tried to brush it off, thinking that maybe the rest of my stay would be better. But as I made my way to my room, I was greeted by a dirty, outdated space that looked like it hadn't been renovated in decades. The beautiful grounds that I had seen in the brochure were nowhere to be found. Instead, I was stuck in a cramped, noisy room that seemed to be right on top of the airport runway. I tried to make the best of it, but as I went to grab a bite to eat, I realized that the restaurants were closed, despite what the website had promised. I was stuck with a growling stomach, and a taste of deception. It was like they were trying to nickel and dime me at every turn. But the worst was yet to come. As I settled in for the night, I realized that the noise from the wedding reception next door was so loud, it was like they were having a rave party in my room. I called the front desk, begging them to do something, but they just gave me a half-hearted apology and promised to send someone up. It was like they didn't care that I was being kept awake all night. And then, to add insult to injury, I woke up the next morning to find that my credit cards had been stolen from my room. I felt violated, like I had been robbed of more than just my money. It was like they had stolen my trust, my sense of security. I couldn't believe that a reputable chain like Marriott could have such a subpar hotel. It was like they were more interested in making a quick profit than in providing a decent service to their customers. I felt like I was just a number, a statistic, a means to an end. As I left the hotel the next morning, I couldn't help but feel a sense of sadness, of loss. It was like I had been promised a beautiful dream, only to wake up to a harsh reality. I felt like I had been cheated, lied to, and manipulated. But I'm not going to let them get away with it. I'm going to share my story, to expose the truth about the Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen. I'm going to make sure that no one else falls victim to their scams, their lies, their deceit. So, dear readers, I ask you, have you ever had a similar experience? Have you ever felt like you were being taken advantage of, lied to, or cheated? Share your stories with me, and together, let's take a stand against these deceitful businesses. And to the management of the Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen, I say, shame on you. Shame on you for prioritizing profits over people. Shame on you for ruining my stay, and for ruining the stays of countless others. You should be ashamed of yourselves. But for now, I'll just leave you with a warning: beware the Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen. They may seem like a beautiful gem on the outside, but on the inside, they're just a bunch of rotten apples.
Script begins, soft, melancholic, slightly innocent voice, like a sad storyteller. You know, I was looking into scams near Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen, like, what tourists should watch out for, and it's just sad, you know? Like, some people just want to ruin vacations. So, businesses near Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen. Some of them, they act nice, but then, boom, scam. Like, there was this one place, a souvenir shop, not too far from the hotel. Tourists would go in, buy little things, but then the cashier would switch the real money with fake bills when giving change. Like, how could you? You give them a 10,000 cologne note, and they hand you back fake 1,000s. And the tourists? They don't notice until later, when some other store tells them, hey, this is fake. And then what? They feel stupid, embarrassed, maybe even cry a little. And the shop? Probably still there, doing the same thing to the next person. Another thing, restaurants near Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen. Some of them add extra charges to the bill, like service fees that were never mentioned. A tourist orders a coffee, it's cheap on the menu, but then the bill comes and, oh, suddenly there's a 20% tourist tax. And if you complain, the staff acts like it's normal, like, oh, you didn't know? Of course they didn't know. You tricked them. And the tourist? They just pay because they don't want trouble, but inside, they're upset. And the restaurant? Still doing it, probably. Oh, and taxis. Not a store, but still, some drivers near Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen, they forget to turn on the meter. Then, at the end, they charge like, triple the real price. And if you argue? They say, oh, but traffic was bad, or this is the night rate. Lies. And the tourist? They pay because they're tired, but they feel cheated. And the driver? Just drives off, laughing, probably. It's just. Why? Why do this to people who just want to enjoy their trip? Like, Costa Rica is so beautiful, but then some people have to ruin it. Makes me sad. Script ends, no outro, just trails off with the last thought. As we venture into the vicinity of the Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen, a sense of unease settles in. The businesses surrounding this esteemed hotel seem to be plagued by a plethora of issues, leaving travelers with a sour taste in their mouths. The City Mall, once a promising destination, now appears to be a hotbed of discontent. Accessibility is a major concern, with wheelchair ramps and elevators seemingly an afterthought. The food area is cramped, and the abundance of floors only adds to the confusion. It's a wonder anyone can find their way around this labyrinthine nightmare. And to top it all off, the parking experience is akin to a never-ending battle, complete with malfunctioning machines and unhelpful staff. It's no wonder visitors are left feeling frustrated and disheartened. But alas, the problems don't stop there. Spa, touted as a haven of relaxation, has been accused of refusing entry to travelers without a room reservation, leaving many feeling unwelcome and unvalued. And once inside, the service is lackluster, with staff seemingly more interested in their own conversations than attending to the needs of their clients. It's a spa that's more stressed than serene. Varela's Restaurant Steaks and More, a steakhouse that promises much but delivers little, is another offender in this area. Overpriced and underwhelming, the food is a disappointment, with steaks arriving at the table dry and flavorless. The service, too, is inattentive, with servers more interested in their phones than ensuring a pleasant dining experience. It's a culinary catastrophe waiting to happen. Casa del Café Marriott Belen, a cafe that promises a tranquil atmosphere, is instead marred by poor service and overpriced menus. The staff seems to be more interested in ejecting customers with pets than actually serving them, leaving a bitter taste in the mouths of those who dare to enter. Club Vertigo, a nightclub that promises an unforgettable night out, is instead plagued by poor management and a complete lack of atmosphere. It's a party that's more funeral than fiesta. Kiosco Universitario, a small kiosk, is guilty of price gouging, with customers forced to pay exorbitant prices for even the smallest of items. It's a trap waiting to ensnare the unsuspecting traveler. And last but not least, Encore Vino by Enoteca La Storia, an upscale wine bar, takes the cake for its egregious 18% automatic gratuity. It's a slap in the face to customers, who are forced to pay for subpar service without so much as a second thought. The management's response to complaints? A dismissive shrug and a hasty exit. It's a wine bar that's more bitter than bold. As I sift through the reviews, a sense of despair washes over me. Is this really the best that the businesses surrounding the Costa Rica Marriott Hotel Hacienda Belen can offer? It's a sorry state of affairs, indeed. But fear not, dear traveler, for I shall guide you through the minefield that is this area, and together, we shall uncover the hidden gems amidst the rubble. So, what's the takeaway from all this? Be prepared for a wild ride of disappointment and frustration, but don't say I didn't warn you. And to the businesses, I say this: shape up, or ship out. The travelers deserve better, and it's high time you delivered.